Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading that is all about what planet has a message for you. And we're tying this into our days of the week organizer, which I talk about in the video as well. Timestamps for everything are going to be down below, so if you want to skip straight to the pick a card reading, you're more than welcome to do so, but I highly recommend watching the first part of the video, which is explaining what each planet's energies are and how you can incorporate those energies into your everyday life and make the most of it. So for those of you who don't know, I was actually in the banking industry for 6 or 7 years. That's kind of where I spent my career was always just in banking. And my specialty was really in advising my customers on how to make the most use of the money that they had. My niche was really in, show me what money you make and when you get paid and how much you make, and then I'm going to help design a setup of accounts or services that are going to help you utilize that money to the best of its ability. I know that you guys probably aren't understanding how this connects to astrology, but just give it a second, okay? I'm going to connect the dots. I watched a video a few months back, and it was talking about how money is actually just energy. That's all it is. It's just an energy form. And we need to start equating money with energy. Planets, astrology, is the study of energy. We go to a job and we receive money. We receive energy. We go to work and we receive energy in the form of paper money, right? Okay. You come to Earth and you also receive energy in the form of astrological energy, whatever it is that the planets are bringing to us that day. And it can make a huge difference how we use that energy. I had so many customers that would come to me and say, Addison, I feel like I'm broke every month. I feel like I'm barely making ends meet. And then I'm wasting way more money and, the overdraft fees, and there's always a bill that I can't pay, or, I'm in over my head. Can you help me? Then I would say, look, there's something else we can do here that won't require you getting in more debt. Show me when you get paid. Show me how much are your paychecks typically. Now, when is your rent actually due? Is it due the first or the ends? Do you get paid twice a month? Let's lay out all of your bills. So after we would do this, they were always so thankful and so relieved. They'd come to me months later, and I would get customers who were giving the bank, $100 a month in overdraft fees, which banks love their overdraft customers. Don't get it twisted, because they're funding so much for the bank. And they wouldn't be having overdraft fees anymore. They didn't get a promotion at work. They didn't increase their income in any way. They just figured out how to manage their energy better, more wisely. So this correlated to me to the thought of someone's natal chart, for example. Your natal chart, it is what it is. Just like your paycheck is what it is. Instead of wishing that you could, just change something about it, it's more about, let's just make the most of this energy that you have. And you'll see that, that when you do that, you're going to feel really good about the energy that you have. You're not going to feel like desperate for something different. Certain things are just outside of our control, right? But what we receive is in our control if we allow it to be. We can choose to have no control over it and misuse it and not make it go the extra mile, or we can choose to love it and nurture it and look at what it is and think, okay, what can I do with this? What am I going to do with this? So what I wanted to talk about today is going to be about the planets of the week. Okay, so this is my days of the week. So, for example, Monday is Moon Day. It's the day of the moon. So, Mondays are sending us an energy of the moon. The moon represents kind of this motherly, nurturing energy. It represents the home, the private life. It represents, the water, our moods and our emotions, okay? So on Monday, this is the energy that's being sent to us, right? Now, is that the type of energy that we want to go out and run a marathon with? Is that the type of energy that we want to throw a huge party with? Is that the type of energy that we want to, I don't know, deep clean every cabinet in the house with, for example? No, probably not. That doesn't sound much like the moon's energy. But if you're not aware that Monday is sending this type of energy, and so therefore you're doing these sorts of things without thinking about it, you're going to see that it conflicts, that things aren't going to go maybe like you planned. It's not going to feel right. It's not going to feel good. And it's all because what you're doing, the activities you're bringing into your day or engaging with, aren't in alignment with this energy. And this is something so simple. And it's a way to bring like fun into each day. A lot of people think that you have to approach spirituality with such a like all or nothing sort of approach, when really the earth in and of itself already is spiritual, and we already are spiritual. So you don't need to do anything drastic, it doesn't need to be something that gives you a headache. Okay, so I'm going to kind of tell you what I do for each day of the week, just to give you some ideas of how you can use this for yourself. And then after this, we're going to go to the pick a card reading and to find out what planet is calling to you, so that if you don't do an every day a week sort of thing right off the bat, if that sounds too overwhelming for you, you can at least start with this one day of the week. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so Monday is Moon Day. So in light of the moon's sort of energy that I described earlier, this is a day that my daughter and I cook together in the evening. So she's almost 8 years old. Monday, she comes home from school, and I say, okay, tonight you help me cook dinner. We're going to cook it together, because the moon's ruled by Cancer, and that's about nurturing with food and nutrition. And so that's kind of our special thing to honor Monday. Mondays, I also do not push myself. I let myself kind of relax a little bit more that day if needed. I don't try to push myself too hard. I'm still recuperating from the weekend. It's the moon day, so I'm supposed to kind of take things slow and easy. It's a great day for a long, relaxing bath or a good long shower. It's a great day to get to bed a little bit earlier than you normally would, or sleep in a little bit later if you're able to do that. Each day of the week also has its own colors, okay? So on Monday, it's white, silver, or light gray. So my daughter loves this. Every morning she wakes up and is like, what's the lucky colors for today, Mom? And, I'll tell her, and she'll go pick out her outfit for school based on what the lucky colors are. So that's something else you can do in honor of the energy, or to further align with it. Wear something in that color group. This is also a day where I try and make out my grocery list. Now, I don't go grocery shopping on Monday, because again, Monday's supposed to be a little bit more restful. But since Moon and Cancer is about like nutrition and food, I go ahead and get a list written out. I do my shopping on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so next day of the week, Tuesday. Tuesday is the day of Mars. It's Mars Day. Color, of course, is red. It's easy to guess, because Mars is about that competitive, fiery, go-get-'em sort of spirit. Mars is a great day to get a lot of work done, especially like physical housework or anything physical, a good jog or any, an exercise routine, anything having to do with like the body. Gosh, even like sex would be good on this day, or because it just got that fiery sort of energy. So Tuesdays, I make it a point to work out. If I don't work out any other day of the week, which happens often, I make myself do it on Tuesday, just to align with that energy. Because, for example, Tuesday being ruled by Mars is a day of the week where if you're not aligning with that energy purposefully, because here's the thing, even if you're not aligning with a planetary energy purposefully, you're still being affected by it, okay? You're still aligning with it, but probably in a more negative, unconscious sort of way. So like Tuesday being ruled by Mars, that's a day of the week where if I don't acknowledge that I have some competitiveness and some energy and some physical action that needs to take place, and I don't do that for myself, that's a day where I could have like major road rage. That's a day where I could be ready to tell my boss to go screw himself. That's a day, see, because those are kind of those fiery energies. So that's why you want to align with it and think, okay, the energy's here. It's come to me. I've received it, just like you received your paycheck. You've received it. You've got it. What are you going to do with it? For family, though, this is our game night. So we do a board game or a card game because that's that competitive energy of Mars. It's a really positive way to bring it into the family, and we have a lot of fun doing that. Okay, so Wednesday. Wednesday's ruled by Mercury. It's Mercury Day. And Mercury is a lot of things. It's a lot about talking and communication. It's also kind of about like business transactions, bartering. It's kind of like a quick, fast-paced sort of energy, like an in and out type of thing. It's for short trips. Mercury's really good for short trips, communication, bartering. That all kind of falls under Mercury's umbrella. So this is a day where if I have any outings that I need to do, things I need to get out of the house for beyond, like work and home life, I pack it into Wednesday. So typically the grocery list that I made on Monday, Wednesday's the day that I go out and do it. Tuesday can work too, because Mars is a real active sort of energy, but I really like doing it on Wednesday. This is a great day for business transactions, right? I mentioned that earlier. So if there's something that's in my Amazon cart that I've been waiting to purchase, Wednesday's the day to go in and make that purchase. It's just going to help ensure that I'm making the right purchase, I'm getting the best deal, there's no hang-ups on its arrival, things like that. So a good day for purchases in general. Wednesday for the family is library night. So I pick my daughter up from school and we go to the library that day. If we can't go to the library that day, then I at least make a point to read together. And I even try to read something by myself during the day as well. Any books that I've rented that I'm working on. Sorry, I feel like I have something in my throat. Wednesday's a good day to pack in that reading. Colors for Wednesday are pale colors, anything pale. So like I have pale blue, yellow, and purple, I think is what I actually read, but just like lighter colors are good for Mercury's energy. All right, Thursday is ruled by Jupiter, which I love, planet of luck and expansion and abundance and spirituality and learning new things and just expanding one's mind. So Thursday, the colors for Thursday are like kind of the opposite of Wednesday. So like a dark, deep blue or purple or maroon. Those are the colors. Thursday is a great day to pack in a meditation session. I try to do that every Thursday, even if it's like just 10 minutes. Just some form of meditation, watching spiritual video, watch a spiritual video online. That's actually something that we do as a family in the evenings on Thursday. Then the family can kind of talk about what we thought of the video, or even if we just wanted to get out a religious book or text and read it, say a prayer together as a family. Thursday's such a great day for that because it represents kind of everything that Jupiter is about. And if you are going to work out, then yoga would be really good, something like slow paced. I love to sage the house on Thursdays. So just like to cleanse the energy in the home, get some incense sticks going, burn some sage. That's another great thing to do on Thursdays. Okay, so now we're to Friday, so the end of our weekdays. I'm actually recording this video on a Friday, so I'm wearing the colors of Friday, which are pink or green. I'm rocking the pink. Friday is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and pleasure and sensuality and also abundance and all of these beauty, you know, all these wonderful, wonderful things. That's why everyone loves Friday, because we're getting that gorgeous, you know, energy from Venus. You know, Venus also rules over like things that we value, and typically we value money, right? And like our assets and things. So it's no coincidence that most people get paid on Fridays. It's Venus's day. So Venus is all the things that I mentioned. So it's a great day to dress yourself up, pamper yourself a little bit. I make a point, if I've been looking like just sloppy during the week, which happens often, I've got my hair up in a bun or I'm in my pajamas all day. Fridays I make a point to dress myself up a bit. And I don't care if I have plans or not. I'm doing a full face of makeup, I'm doing my hair, I'm gonna do my nails, I'm gonna, you know, wax or shave or, you know, moisturize, you know, all that great stuff. So it's just about giving love and beauty to yourself and to others, and really like indulging in your pleasures. So Friday's a good day for like a cheat meal. Something that just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside is really good for Fridays. I'd also say Friday, because it rules like our values, that's a good thing to make like a purchase that you're really excited about, you know, something that you've been, like a new purse or I don't know, a new necklace, or I'm trying to think of like a guy, like a new cologne if you're a guy, or that watch you've been wanting. Friday would be a good day for that. It's also a good day for art, anything artistic. So Fridays, when my daughter gets home from school, we do something artistic. And we've been doing the adult like coloring books. So she gets home from school and I turn on some background music and then we just do a little page out of her coloring book, and that's our art. So that would be an activity that I would reserve for Friday as well. Okay, so Saturday. Saturday is ruled by Saturn. There's only a few days of the week that like actually the planets kind of correspond with the name. Monday, Saturday, and then Sunday. So Saturn is a planet that's about traditions and your lineage, your ancestry. It's also about like long-term goals and plans, and you know, Saturn rules Aquarius too, which is about our friendship groups, you know, the organizations that we are involved in. So I say that to say Saturday is an amazing day for getting together with family, barbecues, cookouts, family gatherings, perfect for Saturday, or like parties with friends, you know, going out with your friendship groups. It's great for Saturday, which isn't that funny? That's kind of what we naturally do. The planetary energy affects us, whether we believe in it or not, it does. The color for Saturday is black. I'm trying to think of what I've done the past few Saturdays. I usually stick to like the friend and family thing. Go spend the weekend at my mom's. So last day of the week. Sunday to me is the last day of the week. I mean, just think about it. A Sunday that still feels like it's attached to the week before, right? And then Monday is whenever it feels like, okay, I've got a new week on my hands here. What am I going to do with it? So I have it down here in the last slot. But yeah, I'm curious to know what you guys think about that. Is Sunday the first day of the week, the last day of the week? Sunday's ruled by the sun. So that's another one that sounds like the planet that it's ruled by. The colors for Sunday are what you would expect. Yellow, gold, orange, anything that looks sunny. And the sun is all about life force and energy and your inner child and just kind of like this love for life itself. Playtime, you know, the outdoors. So Sunday is a really good time to do something with your children, being outside in nature, just being thankful and grateful for life itself. is really, really good for Sunday. So if the weather's nice, I try and make a point to, even if it's just out on my balcony, reading a book out on my balcony for 10, 15 minutes, finding like a funny, you know, kid or family-friendly movie to watch with my daughter. Heck, even something like playing with the Legos, or, you know, just something to connect back to your inner child or your actual child would be good to do on Sunday. So I hope this wasn't too overwhelming, because I really didn't want it to be that way. I want to show you how simple and easy it can be to use the planetary energies that are coming to us all the time and make them work for you and not against you. It's really, really empowering. With that being said, we can go ahead and move on to our pick a card reading. I'm going to have a pile for each of the 7 planets that we just discussed, and use your intuition. And if you feel like you would like to incorporate more than just one planet into your weekly routine, then feel free to pick 2 piles, pick 3, whatever feels right to you. I have pile number 1, which has a clear quartz crystal on it. Pile number 2, you see this? It's a little silver coin that has an angel on it. Pile number 3 has 2 emerald stones. One is polished and one is this rough sort of stone. Pile 4, which is the shaman stone. Pile 5, which is just this turquoise glass piece. My daughter found this in the woods at Grandma's house and believes that the fairies brought this to her, so it's kind of special to me. What are we on? Pile number 6 is the turquoise stone, and then pile number 7 is the selenite tower. So I have made it to where each pile is going to represent a specific planet, and we're not doing the outer planets. So this is going to be like Moon, Sun, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn. I feel like I'm skipping one, but so I'll have all the timestamps below. All right, pile number 1. You guys had the beautiful clear quartz cluster. Let's see what planet has a message for you. Okay, we have 2 of Pentacles and 9 of Wands. We have Libra. Let me lift these up and show you. Oh, the glare. That's Libra. Yeah, but it's too bright. Can't see it. And Mercury. Maybe if I hold it back. So Mercury came through for you guys. Let's see what specific message it has. 12th house, okay. Libra, 12th house, Mercury, 10th house. Interesting. And then we have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Pisces corresponds with the 12th house. It kind of rules over that house, so that definitely makes sense. And then we have the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. All right. Okay, so for my pile number 1s, I'm seeing that you could be working on a new business endeavor or balancing more than one job. And it doesn't have to be, it could be like balancing parenting with career, or it could be 2 actual jobs, like a weekend part-time job and then your corporate job or a passion project. There's something here with that. It feels really, really exciting. I've got to tell you, the energy coming off is really, really exciting. I do feel a frustration with trying to juggle all of this. And it's like you're unsure of yourself. I do feel that there's one that you should be putting more attention to than the other, like you have it a little bit out of balance, or that there may even be a need to eliminate one to go towards the other. Like you can't be, the message that's coming through is it's not going to be beneficial for you to keep juggling all of this. Ideally, what you need to do is sit within yourself and really think about what legacy it is you want to leave behind for career or, you know, family or whatever it is that you're dealing with. Make a choice for what it is you want to create, who it is you want to be, and then go all in with that. So Mercury's coming through because Mercury is all about communication and thoughts. And with the 12th house coming up and with new moon in Pisces, Mercury is saying, look, you really need to make some time to be with your own thoughts. Because with Libra here too, you may be getting a lot of opinions from people around you, or you may be caught up in worries about, well, what are they going to think? What if they don't approve? And Mercury wants you to know that none of that matters. When it comes to the end of your life, you don't want your life to be for other people. You need it to be for you, and you need it to be about you. The 12th house is a very spiritual house, and so is Pisces. It's about meditation. It's about connection to the divine. So there's a message here from Mercury that you've come so far. You've come so far. I see that you've built a lot, or that you've come so far even in your thought processes, your maturity level about this. And it's just now gaining momentum. But if you don't release this other stuff, if you don't release these other things that you're juggling just because you want to please those around you, you're stifling yourself. And Mercury has a lot that it wants to bring you. Mercury isn't just about communication. It is about bartering and, you know, business endeavors. And Mercury is wanting to bring you your career, the one that's really meant for you. And you know, your career could have something to do with communication or with relationships. It doesn't have to, but it definitely could. You are on the right track. You're just a little bit overwhelmed with the other obligations going on in your life, and you need to eliminate some of those. So Mercury, if you watched the first part of my video, Mercury is the planet that rules over Wednesdays. So I would recommend for you guys, pile number one, that on Wednesdays, you make it a point to be with yourself and be with your own thoughts. Maybe journal. That would be great with Mercury's energy. That with this Mercury Pisces combination, that would be so perfect. Wednesdays, journal. Get your thoughts out. Get it all on paper, what it is that you're juggling with in your mind or having a hard time making a decision about. Get your feelings out, you know. That will help you come to a decision. And Mercury really wants to align with you in some sort of way to help bring this career about for you. Trying to think of some other things that would be good to do on Wednesday. Any sort of short trip, like going to, Mercury rules over short trips and travel. Going to a park or something that day. Bring your journal, bring a book that inspires you, because reading falls under this umbrella. That's really what you guys need to do right now. But I see that you're headed in a really great direction. I'm really excited for you. The energy coming off these cards is really good. It is a little bit overwhelming. I feel overwhelmed for you, so I get it, but you guys are doing great, so just hang in there. Leave me a comment below. I'd love to know what it is you guys are working on or juggling right now, or what ideas you guys have come up with to honor Mercury on Wednesdays and align with its energy so that you can, you know, get to this, to this goal, this end goal that you're after. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for commenting and liking and subscribing. It means the absolute world to me. And I'm going to move on to pile number two. Okay, pile number two. You guys picked the little angel coin. I wish it wasn't, there's so much of a glare on here. So let's see what planet has a message for you. Okay, we have the 5th house, Pisces, and Jupiter. Oh my gosh, you guys. I have more cards to do, but I'm already so excited for this. So Jupiter actually co-rules Pisces, so that goes so well together. And then the 5th house, you know, it's the house of like fun and entertainment and passion. So I can't wait to see what other cards we have. Okay, we have New Moon in Gemini, which says communication is key. And then the mutable moon, nothing is set in stone. Now Pisces is a mutable sign, so that goes really well together. Gemini is also a mutable sign with this communication is key. Okay, let's see what tarot we've got. Okay, so for the tarot we have Knight of Cups, which goes well with that Pisces energy. And then we have the Temperance card, which is the card of Sagittarius, which Jupiter also rules. So Jupiter came through strongly for you. Okay, I'm getting a few different messages. The first one is that some of you may be contemplating a career in spirituality, or perhaps even a relationship with a very spiritual person, because the 5th house does rule romance as well. There's a contemplation going on, and something that needs to be communicated. So if you're thinking about going into a spiritual career, then the way you're going to want to utilize the energy of that career is going to be through some form of communication. So public speaking, you know, writing a book, YouTube videos, even a tarot reader, you know, is all about speaking and communication. If this is about contemplating a relationship with someone, I'm actually getting a message here for those of you that are contemplating a relationship with a very spiritual, a person that at least appears to be very spiritual. It feels like you really admire this person. You admire their wisdom and you admire their spiritual gifts. But what I'm really getting is that the reason that you were so fascinated with this person is because you feel like they have all these things that you don't have within yourself. And the message here from Jupiter is that that's actually not true. If anything, you might have gifts, spiritual gifts that even go beyond what this person is capable of or has currently. So I'm getting a feeling of like you feel inferior to this person in some way, but you're so mesmerized by them because they have these qualities that you feel like you could never have. But you actually do have these qualities, is what Jupiter's saying. Jupiter's not saying not to get in a relationship with this person, okay? But it's kind of like Jupiter is saying, don't let yourself feel like you don't measure up or like you need to shrink yourself so that this person can shine. Jupiter actually really wants to expand your spiritual gifts in a big way. You guys may be psychic or very intuitive or empathetic. You guys may be interested, I mean, likely you're on this video, so I'm sure you're interested in astrology and tarot, things like that. But yeah, there's a feeling like you may, for those of you not contemplating a relationship, okay, then this is kind of what the message is. You are allowing your spirituality and your spiritual potential and your creative potential even to be stifled out of some sort of feeling of inferiority, or like you just don't believe that you could actually do that. But you could. So Jupiter really wants to grow your confidence in yourself. Jupiter no longer wants you to be admiring all these other people that have these things that you wish you could have. Jupiter wants you to realize that you have all those things. They're just locked up in a box within, but Jupiter wants to get the key and help you unlock it. Like, he's like, let's go, let's do this. Like, you have no idea what you're capable of. That's the message that I'm getting. I know that felt like it was I felt like I was picking up on this reading for like 3 different people. So I hope that tied together and made a lot of sense. But, you know, it says here, communication is key. Nothing is yet set in stone. And then we have this 5th house of passion. So keep in mind that with anything mutable, it needs to be allowed to change and grow and expand. Mutable signs are not about staying the same and sticking with something and, you know, just always being that thing, right? So there's a feeling of like in your life, you need to begin to create a life that allows for change and flexibility. Otherwise, you're fighting against your own energy. Jupiter is about expanding. So it feels like some of you who picked this pile may feel like either you're not capable of expanding, there's like a self-confidence thing, or that life isn't supposed to be that way. And successful people, you know, they stick with something until the end, you know, they have a 30-year career in the same sort of thing. And Jupiter is actually wanting to bring you like opportunities for growth and advancement. But if you have your life set up in this sort of box, then he can't even bring it to you. You're not allowing that availability, like travel, vacations, new friendship groups, new skills, okay? So Jupiter wants to bring this to you guys, which is really, really amazing. I mean, you guys have a lot of potential. Okay, so if you guys watched the video earlier, and I'll have timestamps below, that way if you just want to go to where I'm talking about Jupiter's day, you can do that. So look below in the comment section. Jupiter rules Thursdays. So if I were you guys, I would make it a point on Thursdays, which is ruled by Jupiter, to align and sync up with that energy through meditation, for example, through reading tarot for you or for someone else, because that kind of falls into that 5th house energy of fun and play. Going to the ocean, if you guys live by the beach, going to the ocean, that's a very Pisces thing to do. Or even, you know, just taking a long shower or a bath. Going on a trip, or even traveling mentally. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of like astral travel. That would be a great thing to do with this sort of energy. Yeah, I'm trying to think if you guys think of something else you could do with this energy, comment it below and I'll add it to my board. But you guys are about to grow and expand in ways that you didn't think were possible when it comes to your talents. You have psychic talents and psychic and spiritual gifts. So destructure your life so that way Jupiter can kind of come in and change and adjust things, okay? Be open to that. Give yourself a little more self-love and, you know, realization that you're capable of anything. And don't get all of like your advice, or don't let people that you think are more spiritual than you or more evolved than you guide your life, okay? This is really a time for you to realize how intuitive you already are and spiritual you already are, so that you can guide your own life and let yourself expand and grow continuously. So I hope that makes sense. Comment below. Your situation feels quite complicated. It's totally different from the energy from the first pile. I'm feeling a lot of complicated energy here. So I would love to hear some comments from you guys below as to what this is about. Children could even be involved too with that 5th house. Okay, but just try and make Thursdays a day that honors Jupiter, and you're going to see a lot of really positive opportunities come into your life, and really positive healing and new creations come in. All right, thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I love you guys, and I'm going to move on to pile number 3. All right, pile number 3. You guys picked the 2 emerald pieces. One of these is like a rough cut emerald, and then this one's polished. So beautiful. My daughter is born in May, so emerald is her birthstone. That's why I have a couple of these. All right, let's see what planet has a message for you. We got Venus. Venus, Venus. Aries. Ooh, an 8th house. Oh, this is hot and steamy, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what else we got. New moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. First quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. I've got to just throw this out there. One of you guys watching this pile is a Cancer ascendant. Okay, and then we have the Devil card, which the Devil card is also ruled by Capricorn. So we've got 2 Capricorns coming up, and we have 5 of Cups, which is astrologically, if you guys didn't know this, the tarot cards actually have astrological connotations. So for 5 of Cups, it's Mars in Scorpio. So that makes perfect sense that the 8th house came up, which is ruled by Scorpio, and that Aries came up, which is also ruled by Mars. Okay, so we have your hard work is paying off, your commitment is being tested. Okay, one second. Let me soak in the energy of these cards because this is really deep. There is definitely a relationship that's coming up for this pile. A relationship that's maybe in some turmoil or some difficulty. And the message that's coming through is Venus, I guess, is the one giving you this message, wants you to know that it's so hard thinking of how to word these things because I don't know the depth of what you guys are experiencing. But Venus wants you to know that there is purpose for this. There is purpose for what it is that you're experiencing right now. There is meaning behind it. There is opportunity for growth with this energy. And I feel like the commitment that's wanting to be tested is the commitment to yourself. Your own self-love, the boundaries that you set for yourself, the things you allow in your life. And I'm also feeling for one or more of you that you may be in a relationship that's going through, that's in a separation mode right now, okay? And it feels like it's been so difficult for you to not just run back. Because even before this reading, I'm feeling like you kind of processed this message from Venus that, okay, I've got to, I don't even want to put myself first, but I have to. So I'm just going to suck it up and do it. And maybe there was this period of separation, and Venus wants you to know, look, your hard work is paying off. Changes are happening for you that are in your benefit, and your commitment to yourself is being tested. Your commitment to you is being tested. This was a very, if it wasn't a relationship, like a love relationship, it doesn't even have to be a love relationship. It could be with a family member, a friend, something that's crumbled, and there could even be a death. You could be in a mourning period, okay? For some of you, I'm feeling that strongly, like a spouse. Yeah, I'm feeling a spouse, a husband, I went through some losses in my family in 2019. And so it's hard to say something like there's a grand plan for all of this, or this was meant to be. It's like, no, death and tragedy is never meant to be, right? Murders are never meant to be, or, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's how I felt, at least. But something that I did learn throughout that loss, because I had some family members that were actually murdered by another family member. So talking about drama in 2019. And I could never get myself to really think, okay, it's meant to be. No, it wasn't meant to be. But something good or positive can be manifested through even the worst of situations, okay? So even though it was not meant to be that my aunt and uncle passed away, even though it was not meant to be that my cousin is now in prison, I'm getting deep with you guys. It wasn't meant to be. It did change my family a lot. It did bring us to a deeper appreciation for one another, for sure, everyone in my family. It did awaken and spark my spiritual gifts and my interest in astrology and spirituality. It did make me realize how short life was, and that I no longer wanted to spend 50 hours a week at the office, and I wanted to carve out more time for my husband and my daughter. Okay, so that's just an example. And this is the phase you guys are in. So I'm not sure what sort of loss or difficulty you guys are going through. It's definitely with a relationship, either a love relationship, the death of a relationship, the death of a loved one. You are being called to definitely mourn and grieve like you should, but put yourself first. Don't allow, for example, this mourning period that you're in to cost you your job. Don't allow this grieving period that you're in to cost you your relationship with your kids. Don't allow this pain that you're in to turn you to drugs and alcohol, for example. Venus is really wanting to send you self-love and self-care and self-nurturing right now. That is the message for you. Venus wants you to go deep within, and yes, she's not saying to get out of being in pain. That's not even possible, right? There's no way to come out of that pain that you're in when you're going through a loss. But you can be in that pain and allow your higher self to come in and say, yes, we're in pain and this sucks, but I'm getting up on time today. I'm getting to work on time. Yes, I'm in pain and this sucks, but I'm not going to have that third glass of wine. Okay, so that is what is being tested. And on the other side of this test, I don't like to say test, on the other side of this phase that you're going through is a profound amount of inner stability and strength, a reserve of strength that you didn't even know was there. And you're going to find that out now. So just keep whatever it is you do as far as going back to this relationship or mourning this, put yourself first. Put yourself first. That's what needs to happen. Okay, so, don't allow yourself to get trapped or tied back into the past. So Venus actually rules Fridays. And you can look at the timestamps below, because I spoke about kind of what I do in my household for Fridays to honor Venus's energy. But so Venus is really wanting to align with you and your energy to help bring about this healing and this self-love. So try and incorporate some sort of act of self-love on Fridays. And that could be, taking a pamper day, going and getting a massage, getting your nails done, actually getting out of the house and doing your makeup and looking good and getting out of the house, because I'm feeling like some of you may just be like trapping yourself at home or away from people, not feeling really great about yourself. So something like that. Incorporate that into your Fridays if you aren't already, and do it with the intention of giving yourself some love and putting yourself first, okay? I would love to know more about what this is about for you guys, and I really hope that this helped you. I can relate somewhat to what you're going through because of what I went through last year, and so I really, really feel for you, and I'm sending prayers and good energy your way and some love your way on behalf of Venus. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I love you guys, and I'm gonna move on to pile number 4. All right, pile number 4. The first 3 piles have been so completely different from one another. So I'm interested to see what your pile has. You guys chose the Shaman Stone. And just remember, whatever planet comes through for you, I'm gonna put a timestamp in the comments below on when I spoke about that planet earlier in the video, so that you can go to it for reference if you didn't watch the beginning of the video, and kind of see how you can respond to this planet's energies. All right. We have the Sun. Oh, I love that. And we have Virgo. Ooh, and 7th house. That's the house of like marriage and partnership. All right. Oh, new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. Libra rules the 7th house. Beautiful. South node, don't let the past hold you back. We have Knight of Swords. And 6 of Wands. All right, so 6 of Wands astrologically is Jupiter in Leo, and Leo is ruled by the sun, so I thought that was interesting. And okay, give me just a second to kind of look at the energy coming out from these cards. I mean, I can definitely say right off the bat that you have an opportunity for a relationship coming in. And there's a sense with this South Node energy that you are hesitant to enter into it because of some past experiences in relationships that you've had. You're kind of overanalyzing things is what I'm getting with this. You're being a little bit nitpicky with, well, no, but I almost out of like a fear. Like you don't feel ready, actually, I think. Or you don't think that you feel ready. But the sun is really coming in for you to say, you are ready, okay? This relationship isn't going to be like these other relationships that you've had in the past. This is really going to be a relationship where you can shine and feel warm and loved, okay? Could even lead to marriage with the 7th house coming in. Now with the Knight of Swords, this tells me that this is going to be a person that comes into your life like out of the blue. So I'm not feeling like this is a person that you know really well or have like a history with, okay? This is something new. And with that South Node, don't let the past hold you back. There is a possibility that some of you may have someone from your past that's been trying to get you back, or like, come on, let's just work on things a little more, like, haven't we been on a break long enough, or whatever. And the cards are strongly saying, no, it's time to end that, okay? So that way the sun can bring in this new romantic cycle, this new opportunity for you. So yeah, this was actually a quick and simple one. For sure. I mean, it was pretty direct. You guys are ready for this new relationship. Don't go back to any previous relationships, okay? It's time for that to end. It's time for everyone to move on. Don't allow your fear and hesitation over dating someone new make you overly critical or nitpicky, like you're just trying to find a reason why, yeah, no, this wouldn't work, I'm not going to do it, okay? That's the other, message. Okay, so Sun rules Sunday. So in order to align with this energy and really bring it about in the best possible way for you, it would be really great if you did something every Sunday to honor the energy of the sun and to align with it. So the sun is all about like the inner child, playtime, and outdoors. So if you have children, making time to play with them or do a fun activity with them would be really, really great. Going outside, even if it's just sitting on your front porch and reading a book, would be great. Going on a walk would be really good. Any activity that maybe you did as a kid that you let go of now that you've gotten older, connect to the inner child on Sundays. Get back to that play, because you know that play time and that inner child is really quite the opposite of this Virgo energy that came up, because Virgo is all about perfection and it's very studious and adult-like and serious, and what services am I going to offer today and what do I need to analyze today, okay? Which is a really great energy. It has a time and place. You know, everything has its own time and place. But you may be a little too much of that, or kind of in that mode all the time. And the message from the sun is just dedicate one day, just one day a week, to some fun and some play. You really need it, okay? So really, really good things coming in, a really good relationship coming in. Comment below. I'd like to know about that previous relationship or anything else going on. And yeah, thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. And with that being said, I'm going to move on to pile number, I'm on 5 now. Love you guys. Hello, pile number 5. You guys picked this light blue like glass piece that my daughter believes the fairies brought to her. Let's see what planet has a message for you. Wow, we've got Saturn, the daddy of the planets. Oh my gosh, and Capricorn. So Saturn rules Capricorn. And 4th house, interesting. So Capricorn and Saturn rule the 10th house, and the opposite of the 10th house is the 4th, ruled by Cancer. So let's see what else we've got. Oh, and we've got the 3rd house, which is the house of like high school, you know, early education, siblings, your neighborhood. Okay. New moon in Leo. It says confidence is your key to success. Emotions are running high, the super moon. And you guys had, so all my other piles had like 2 or 3 tarot cards. 4 came out for you guys, so I'm really curious to see what is going on. Okay, we've got Judgment, 4 of Swords, 2 of Wands, and 8 of Wands. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a lot all at once here. There is a message here coming through that a lot of you that picked this pile may have had a tough upbringing. Yeah. Or a family with a lot of like trauma or entanglements. And for some reason it feels like you feel obligated to stay entangled in that. And the message here from Saturn is to be wise with what you're getting entangled in. And Saturn also has a message of, look, these entanglements from your past and your family and your upbringing, which maybe even altered the way that you perceive the world or your limitations. Those things have really kept you held back from the success, the achievements, and the legacy that I want to bring you. So Saturn is wanting you to make a conscious choice to kind of hit the reset button on your early childhood conditioning, and a conscious choice also to distance yourself from your family, whether that just be like emotionally distance yourself from them, or physically, like maybe moving somewhere new, because we have 2 cards. Well, 4th house is, you know, the house of home, and the 3rd house is the house of short trips. Yeah, there's a lot of cards here that suggest that it may even be beneficial for you to move. Some of you may still be living, let's say, with your mom or your dad or your siblings, which is keeping you entangled in their day-to-day lives. So yes, it's like it's time for you to get out and shine for yourself, by yourself. And you have like a lot of potential. This card, I mean, look at, you know, 2 of Wands and then 8 of Wands coming in with it is kind of like saying to me, once you make the choice to get out and on your own and kind of distance yourself, the success is going to come like pretty rapidly. So that's the only thing holding it back. With this, emotions are running high. There's a sense of that you are in fear of, or maybe it's actually true that people may, you know, get butt hurt over you kind of moving on and doing your own thing. But you have to do it anyways. You know, Saturn's all about pushing through and that hard work. And, you know, Saturn doesn't even have time for emotions. Saturn's like, emotions, what's that? I've got work to do. That's kind of what Saturn's wanting you to embody. And, yeah, there's just a lot of, don't try and spend, there's a message here of don't try and spend your life resolving your past or family issues or family relationships. Don't spend your life doing that. Like, the things that you went through in your past were meant to be for a reason, for whatever you were supposed to learn and gain from that. For example, I bet if you pulled up your natal chart, I bet your astrology chart like lines up with everything you went through in childhood. So it's not about trying to fix it. Saturn is a planet of wisdom. It's about gaining the needed wisdom from that experience and then using it in your future, not trying to create a reality that was never meant to be from your past. Okay, so I know how much courage that takes. You guys have it, you can do it. And I know the guilt that can come along with this type of thing. So just don't allow yourself to feel guilty, because you're really doing exactly what you're meant to do. Now Saturn rules over Saturday. So a way to really help you harness this energy would be to do something on Saturdays that you know, honors and aligns with Saturn. Now it's interesting because earlier in the video when I went over kind of how I structure my weekdays, which timestamps are below if you want to take a look at that if you didn't watch it, Saturn is all about family, lineage, and ancestry, okay? And I mentioned actually that Saturday is typically the day of the week that I'll go like stay at my mom's for the weekend, or so I'll tell you what else Saturn rules, but just on that point, there's a message here that you guys don't need to completely alienate yourself from your family forever, like cut them off or, you know, change your last name. There's not a need for that. There's more of a need to maybe make Saturday about when you go pay a visit to family. Maybe don't be there every single day of the week. Maybe don't live with them, but maybe keep you know, make the family dynamic what it should be, I guess, is what the message is. And if that's one day a week paying a visit, then that's great. If that's just making sure you see them on holidays and, you know, you weren't entangled in the drama of what's going on with mom and dad and cousins and siblings and that type of thing. Saturn also rules Aquarius, which is all about friendship groups and organizations. So Saturday is a great day to get connected with new friendship groups, which can be such a blessing, especially for people that have complicated family dynamics. So Saturn is wanting you to kind of invest in that. You know, don't cut your family off, but realize that everything needs a balance, and you do need those friendship groups and those organizations that you are a part of, something that's truly just you and your friends and not attached to your ancestry or your family. So that's just a couple ideas for how you could, things you could do on Saturday to help harness this energy and bring about this sort of courage and you know, steadfast determinism that you guys are going to need in order to get this success that's definitely waiting for you. So comment below, let me know what this was about. I love reading you guys' comments. It really gives me such joy and reassurance to know that my reading is helping you in some way. It's also just, I'm curious. So it helps satiate my curiosity. And thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for subscribing. I absolutely love and feel so blessed to have the subscribers that I do. And with that being said, I'm going to move on to pile number 6. Hello, pile number 6ers who picked the beautiful turquoise stone. I just love it. Let's see what planet has a message for you. You guys had a lot more planetary cards than the other piles had. I had like 2 or 3 for the others. You guys got 4. And you guys had 3 tarot cards too. I think you guys have the thickest stack here. So let's see what's going on. All right, we have Mars. That's the planet that's coming through. Ooh, Sagittarius, another fiery sign. Scorpio, which Mars rules Scorpio. And the 6th house. It's kind of like day-to-day work and service. Interesting. Okay. Okay, we have full moon in Leo. And it says, don't let pride get in your way. New moon, a new start is coming. Oh wow, the Empress. The Venus card, that's beautiful. Knight of Wands. And 6 of Swords. Okay, one second. Let me just take a second to look at this and see what the message is here for you. We have a lot of fire energy with this Knight of Wands, the full moon in Leo, Sagittarius, Mars. Don't let pride get in your way. So with Sagittarius, which is about travel and expedition, and then the 6 of Swords, this is telling me that there's something, it's almost like you feel like it feels like you came to this reading to get some sort of blessing that like, yes, you can go and do that. Go and do it. It's right. So I'm getting that for sure. And I don't know why I'm getting this message, and it could just be for like a specific person, but it feels like there may be a relationship, some sort of overseas relationship or connection. It's out of the country. So whether that's a significant other, like a new lover, or a business that's reaching out and wants to work with you, something about that, and it's like you need to jump on it now. Do not let that disappear, okay? So if it's a relationship with a foreigner or some sort of move overseas or a foreign sort of job, the message here strongly is do it. With this pride, don't let pride get in your way. I feel like, and with Scorpio too, because Scorpio can be not necessarily prideful like we think of with Leo, but they do protect themselves. They're secretive and they get vengeance, you know. They don't let anyone they don't want people to see their weaknesses either. So with that, it almost feels like part of you is feeling held back because doing this thing is going to take you out of your comfort zone, and you feel like you are going to look stupid or dumb or like out of place or not going to know your way around, and so that's the sort of pride that could be getting in the way of you doing this thing that you definitely need to do. So this new start is trying to come in, and yeah, a relationship, either a business relationship or partnership that has to do with something overseas or some sort of move overseas, or a person maybe you've met online and you're wanting to go move in with them or something like that. Now with the sixth house is the house of work. Yeah, and it even says apprenticeship. It feels like this, another aspect to this is like this move. Some of you guys may be wanting to start your own business, for example, or be your own celebrity. And this thing that's being offered to you is really going to be you working with or underneath someone, like an apprenticeship or an internship, for example. And that's also what's kind of keeping you like, well, I don't know if I should do it because I'm really wanting to be my own thing, be my own master. So I don't think I want to do it. But the message here is you need to do this just for now, because for some reason, whatever connections or opportunities are brought about through this, it is going to get you into the spotlight that you're seeking. But you have to do the 6th house stuff first before you get to the 10th house legacy and career achievement thing, okay? So, you know, Mars is a quick moving planet. It's about quick action and just doing it. So you need to get on the airplane. You need to go do it. You know, if this is about a romantic relationship, then the feeling is, well, I'm going to be in their world with their people and their thing. And, you know, that could be the pride that's coming in. But you need to do it. You will be happy. You will be happy that you did it. You will regret it for the rest of your life if you don't take this opportunity and really jump on it. So Mars is a planet that rules over Tuesdays. So in order to kind of help this situation that you're under come about in the most positive, powerful way for you, you should do something on Tuesdays to honor and align with Mars and his energy. So some examples. Working out, doing some sort of like powerful, intense sort of workout on Tuesdays, even if that's the only day of the week you do it. Do it on Tuesdays. Do something physical with your body. Sex would be like really good too. Anything competitive. So like a board game or a card game, something to kind of harness that competitive go-getter, you know, energy that Mars brings in is going to help manifest this reality for you in a really positive way. You guys have got something really exciting on the horizon. I would love to know what this is. Please give me a comment below and let me know. I've moved, you know, I've lived overseas as well. I lived in Brazil for just under a year. I went there just to learn Portuguese, teach English. I had the time of my life, and I had so many reservations going in, but you know what? You never regret doing something that you can look around, you know, other people in your life to and say, like, I did this thing. Isn't that crazy? I did that. Not many people can say they did it. And I love those sort of stories. So give me some details. Let me know what's going on. And thank you so much for liking and subscribing as well. It means so much to me. Good luck on all of your endeavors. I'll see you in the next video I upload. I love you. I'm going to move on to pile number 7. Hello, pile number 7. You guys chose the selenite stack, selenite tower. Let's see what planet has a message for you. And so far, you guys are the last pile, and so far they've been so varied and diverse and interesting, so I can't wait to see what's going on in your lives. Oh, we have the moon. For those of you guys who don't know, I am a Cancer ascendant, which is ruled by the moon, and that's in Western, like tropical astrology. Now in Vedic astrology, I am a Cancer sun. So it's like either way you do it, I've got Cancer in there. So I love, love, love the moon. We have Gemini. 9th house, beautiful. 9th house is a very spiritual house. And you know, the moon, or not the moon, Gemini rules over the 3rd house, which is opposite of the 9th. So that's an interesting axis there. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. And surrender to the divine. Full moon. I'm already getting some pretty intense messages here. Okay, we have 4 of Cups. Now, astrologically, the 4 of Cups tarot card is moon in Cancer. Yeah, okay, these are confirming. Okay, and then we have 5 of Swords, which is Venus and Aquarius. And then we have King of Cups. Okay. So the first message, sorry, I can't even hardly talk. Okay, the first message that I'm getting, and this sounds so specific, but it was the first thing I heard, so I'm going to say it, and then I'll expand on it, is there's a feeling that for some of you mothers out there, you may be in some sort of legal or court battle over your children. So whether that be divorce and there's arguments over custody, or even, I don't know, like addictions or a lack of finances that have pulled your children out from underneath you, or even a pregnancy, an unwanted pregnancy. Okay, this feels really intense. Sometimes it's hard for me to like glance at the cards because I get so much energy from them, and there's a lot here. So with Surrender to the Divine and 9th house, you have both of these cards. That goes really, really well together because the 9th house is all about spirituality, and surrendering to the divine fits nicely into that. Now, Gemini is the opposite energy of that. Gemini isn't deep, you know. It's kind of concerned with like just the facts of what is, and that, you know, and there's a feeling here that you kind of have your moon, which is the planet that came through for you. The moon represents our motherness, or our mother, and our emotions and our feelings. They're all tied up in this Gemini energy versus the 9th house energy. There's a feeling here of, there's a feeling here that some of you guys may be convincing yourselves that your life is over because of this. And the message coming through with these cards is that no, it's not. You've got to get out of your own head right now. You need to pull back, tap into your spirituality, your prayers, and look at the big, big picture. It's like you're being offered something. You're being offered some sort of solution, but you're like, no, I don't want that. Like, I told you what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Don't offer me that. That's what I'm feeling from this. Either that, like someone offering you, well, why don't we do 50-50 custody or this or that? And you're like, no, I don't want that. Or the other thing too is like going back into a negative pattern of something because of whatever it is you're going through. Whether that be like falling into an addiction or a bad habit, something like that. Okay, but the big message here is that if you will get out of your own head, look in a more positive direction, tap into your higher self, okay? And know that this is not the end. I mean, with this card, it says a win-win outcome is forecast. That to me says there's nothing you guys need to be stressing out or worrying over. A win-win outcome is forecast. You, in the end of all of this, whatever battle it is you're going through, you're going to be happy with the outcome. Another message here too is don't do anything to manipulate the outcome. Don't insert yourself into the outcome. Because with 9th house and surrender to the divine, that says, that's the universe saying, please just step back, let things run their course and happen naturally, and we promise a win-win outcome is forecast. Now, if you step in and try and do and manipulate and change and alter, then you're going to regret it. That's what they're saying. It's like the universe is like, just chill out, relax, don't make a move, and we will make sure this is taken care of and that this results in the best possible outcome for you. There could be also King of Cups a lot of times represents like a psychologist or a psychiatrist. So for some of you, you may want to think about going to a psychologist. You may even want to think about going to a psychiatrist and seeing what medications or even supplements would benefit you at this time. Because that could be a lot of it too. If our chemistry is off, we're seeing things in a way that maybe isn't the most productive for us. And there's some of that too. And so yeah, tap into that, the energy of the moon. The moon is such a beautiful, loving, nurturing energy. Such a divine energy, you know. And something also interesting about the moon that I feel like ties into this is, you know, the moon, it can't shine like the sun can. It's not fiery. It doesn't have, you know, gases of energy and, you know, balls of light that are emitting from it, right? It doesn't have that power people think of when they look at the moon. The power of the moon is its stillness and its quietness and its humbleness. The fact that it doesn't have this need or this desire to really showcase and do and interfere, and you know what I mean? It just kind of lets things be. And by doing that, it ends up shining on its own. And guess how it shines? The sun literally gives it its shine, right? It's the light from the sun that's actually shining on the moon and giving it its glow. So it doesn't even have to work for it, right? It just needs to relax. It just needs to chill. Just needs to hang out up there in the sky, and it's gonna get to shine without having to do a dang thing. So that is the, you know, the deeper message here for you guys. Meditation would be really, really good. Anything that just calms you and gives you some much needed peace, because I feel it from this pile for sure. There may be a father figure too, that like your own father figure. I don't know why that's coming through, and I don't even know what message to give on that, but this could involve your father. Or the first thing I saw was the father of your children, but it could also have some sort of correlation or tie back to your own father. Or like that if your father is a nurturing, loving person, to kind of run to him or lean on him during this time of whatever it is that you're going through. So, okay. Comment below. Let me know, you know, what specifically is going on with you guys, and what types of readings you would like to see from me next. Oh, I almost forgot the whole point of this. So the moon, if you want to tap into the energy of the moon and harness its energy to pull out the best possible outcome from the situation that you're in, Mondays are ruled by the moon. So it'd be good for you to take time every Monday to do something moon-like. The moon is all about like cooking, baking, you know, cooking a nice meal for yourself, baking, relaxing, not pushing yourself too hard. Taking a nap would be perfect. Sleeping in, going to bed early, taking a long, you know, bath, you know, kind of like just soaking. Being with your mother, if that's a possibility for you, would be really good. Getting that nurturing energy from her, or from your dad, for those of you that maybe don't have a mom, or for who your dad actually plays the more nurturing role in your life. But doing that on Mondays would be really, really beneficial for you and would help you harness this energy and make the most of it. What a beautiful, beautiful message you guys had. Thank you so much for liking and for subscribing and for leaving me comments. It means so, so much to me, and I'm so grateful to be able to provide these messages for you guys. It really means a lot that I'm able to kind of take a peek into what's going on in your world and, you know, offer advice from spirit. So, all right, well, that brings me to the end of my video. So I love you guys, and I will be thinking of you and sending you lots of good energy and love.